What's up, Dog Pound? This is your go-to channel for everything Cleveland Browns, and today we've got a bombshell that could change everything for the 2025 season. Just imagine, our team, already in the spotlight with 4 quarterbacks battling for the starting spot, might be about to make a choice that no one, and I mean no one, is expecting. Who's going to lead the orange and brown offense in Week 1 against the Bengals? Veteran Joe Flacco, young Kenny Pickett, rookie Dillon Gabriel, or the controversial Shedeur Sanders? A Browns insider just dropped a hint that's got the entire NFL buzzing, and I'm going to spill all the details right now. So grab your beer and roll with me. Dog Pound, the Browns offseason is more heated than a rivalry game against the Steelers, and the biggest spotlight is on our quarterback battle. For those just tuning in, here's the scoop. After a nightmare 2024 season with 3 wins and 14 losses, the worst offense in the NFL, and our offensive line giving up 66 sacks, the team decided to turn the page on the Deshaun Watson drama. The guy's off the radar, recovering from 2 major Achilles tendon injuries, and the front office brought in 4 QBs to fight for the 2025 starting job. That's right, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders. It's like Coach Kevin Stefanski said, "Enough suffering, let's fix this once and for all." Now, according to Sports Illustrated, a Browns insider, none other than Tony Grossi, a Cleveland journalism legend, just poured gasoline on this fire. He believes the QB battle isn't as wide open as it seems, and the team might surprise everyone with their choice for starter. But before I reveal what he said, let's break down each guy and why this decision is so crucial for the Dog Pound. First up, Joe Flacco, the wise uncle of the group. At 40 years old, he's already won a Super Bowl, led the Browns to the playoffs in 2023 after coming off the bench, and still has an arm that makes defenses shake. In minicamp, Flacco showed he knows Stefanski's system better than anyone. He's the fan favorite because of that magical 2023 run when he became a Cleveland hero. But here's the catch: his age. Can his body handle 17 games in a brutal season? And is he the guy to lead the team long-term? Insider Grossi thinks Flacco is in pole position to start Week 1, but not necessarily because he's the best. It could be a strategic move to buy time for the rookies. Is the Dog Pound ready for another season with Uncle Joe at the helm? Then there's Kenny Pickett, the former Steeler who came over via trade with the Eagles. That name alone gives some fans chills because, well, he's a former AFC North rival. But hold on, Dog Pound, the guy's trying to prove himself. Pickett was a first-round pick by Pittsburgh in 2022, but never really shined. In Cleveland, he's learning Stefanski's system and showing improvement in practice. He's mobile and makes quick decisions, but still needs to prove he can be the guy. Grossi thinks Pickett's in the mix, but isn't the favorite. Can he silence the haters and become the leader the Browns need, or will his Steelers past hold him back? Now we're entering rookie territory. Dillon Gabriel was drafted in the 3rd round of 2025 out of Oklahoma. The guy's a natural leader with a strong arm and experience in complex offensive systems. In practice, he shared a lot of snaps with Pickett, showing Stefanski is giving him a real chance. Gabriel is the type of QB who grows with time, but starting Week 1 behind an offensive line that gave up 66 sacks last year, that's a suicide mission even for Tom Brady. Still, Grossi suggested Gabriel could be a long-term surprise, but not yet. Is the Dog Pound ready to wait for this kid to blossom? And finally, the name on everyone's lips, Shedeur Sanders. Drafted in the 5th round of 2025, yep, a steal for a guy who was once projected as a first-round pick, Sanders is the son of the legendary Deion Sanders and brings a mix of talent, confidence, and controversy. The guy has an elite arm, mobility to escape the pocket, and a presence that screams star. But he also has a reputation for talking too much, which dropped his draft stock. In practice, Sanders impressed with a deep touchdown pass, but is behind on the depth chart as QB4. Here's Grossi's bombshell. He thinks the Browns might be hiding their cards with Sanders, creating a perception of an open competition to motivate the other QBs, but the real plan could be to hand him the job sooner than we think. Could Shedeur be the future the Dog Pound has dreamed about for decades? Tony Grossi, who's covered the Browns for years, said on the Ken Carman Show that the QB competition isn't as open as the front office wants us to believe. He thinks the team is using this narrative to keep everyone on edge, especially rookies Gabriel and Sanders. But here's the shocker. Grossi believes Joe Flacco is the most likely to start Week 1, but he doesn't rule out a crazy curveball like Sanders jumping to starter earlier than expected. Why? Because the Browns know Flacco and Pickett could be short-term solutions, but Sanders has the potential to be the franchise QB the team's been chasing since Bernie Kosar. The idea is to use Flacco as a stopgap at the start of the season, while Sanders learns the NFL ropes from Stefanski and Flacco himself. It's a risky move, but one that could change the Browns' destiny. Dog pound, let's be real. The Browns are at a crossroads. After years of suffering, and I know you feel it in your soul, the team is finally trying to build something solid, but the AFC North is a war zone. The Bengals have Joe Burrow, the Ravens have Lamar Jackson, and even the Steelers have Russell Wilson back. To compete, we need a QB who not only survives but shines. The 2024 season was a disaster. With the worst offense in the league and an offensive line that looked like Swiss cheese, the front office bolstered the roster with Deontay Johnson on offense and drafted 2 QBs, but the pressure is squarely on Stefanski and GM Andrew Berry. Choosing the wrong QB could cost them their jobs, and another year of disappointment for the dog pound. Plus, there's the fan factor. You, who pack First Energy Stadium and shake the ground, deserve a team that delivers. Flacco brings nostalgia, Pickett brings curiosity, Gabriel brings hope, and Sanders brings hype. But who's gonna make the dog pound believe again? The QB choice isn't just about who performs best in practice, it's about who can carry Cleveland's weight on their shoulders. Behind the scenes, the atmosphere is intense. Andrew Berry told Yahoo Sports that everyone has to earn the spot. That means no one is guaranteed anything, not even Flacco, who knows the system like the back of his hand. In minicamp, Pickett and Gabriel led in pass attempts while Sanders mostly observed. But one detail caught attention. Sanders threw a long touchdown pass that sent the dog pound on social media into a frenzy. Another key point is the schedule. The Browns face a brutal start, with games against the Bengals, Ravens, and Chiefs right out of the gate. Starting a rookie behind a shaky offensive line might be a recipe for disaster. That's why Grossi thinks Flacco is the safe choice for Week 1, but Sanders could come into play after the bye week in Week 9 if the team needs a spark. Dog pound, my take, this battle is more exciting than an overtime thriller. I love Flacco's energy, but I see him more as a mentor now. Pickett might surprise us, but hasn't convinced me yet. Gabriel is solid, but Sanders, man, this kid's got something special. If the Browns truly bet on him, it could be the start of a new era in Cleveland. But I also get why they'd go with Flacco first. No one wants to see a rookie get slaughtered behind that line. What matters is, for the first time in a long time, we have options. And that alone is worth celebrating. So, Dog Pound, what do you think about this bombshell? Will Joe Flacco hold the fort in Week 1, or is Shedeur Sanders ready to shock the NFL and become the franchise QB of our dreams? And what about Pickett and Gabriel? Tell me everything in the comments because I want to know what's on your mind. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss a Browns play. Let's roll together this season because the dog pound never gives up. See you next time, folks. Cleveland.